Flying out that bomb, but can't quite get the kills against him. Instead it's dycha to strike first, disturbing xseveN, trading back and forth. Hades on a flank position towards the Xbox, finds Aerial first and foremost, but sLowi there with a very quick responsive trade. 2 versus 1, doto on a flank, sees xseveN, struggles to get that kill, but gets it together in the end, now leaving it all against sLowi and doto. Neither player with Kevlar, both with decent pistols. A minute to go for doto to try and win this fight out, lest he falls to the timer alone, and sLowi is baiting for time, eventually gets his head taken off, and doto kicks in. Spinx boosting above the boxes, flashes over Molotovs in, M4 bursts through, gets that first frag, can't quite find the second. 14 points of health for him though. He's alive, but very, very barely. The teams can find that kill relatively easily if they continue extending up here. They're still looking towards the gap position. Aerial still waiting for his fight in. The flashbang doesn't catch him. He gets his dink off against doto, but doto is there with the trade.
A lot more fighting coming through for the city side. You can see move, but the HP numbers are awful.
Leaning up, Disturbed, seeing what's going on. Flash blinded, got to leave ZOREE to bait him out. 2 kills to his name, drops that bomb, and sLowi swings back from mid to
control early.
Straight out with the flashes, AK's leaning forward, burst on xseveN. Snappi does not get away with the kill. Actually, it's doto there to trade back on him as sLowi is taken out for the CT side. Damage done again to the T side forces. Thanks to doto, the 66 kill in for Hades, not quite found. He has seen xseveN though, the flank can complete itself from doto. He's looking left and right. xseveN still adjusts for him though. Swing out with the headshot, a 4v3.
Put that lurk smoke down, just try and see if they can get a bit of a boost over the top of it, see if they can create a bit of an angle. And that lurk attempt out to the back of yellow looked like it was going to be successful, but didn't find anything.
Burster on dycha, taking tags. Hades does get overwhelmed by Aerial. 2 players now standing for the ENCE side. Burst through, can't catch the kill. Smokes involved. dycha looking to his left, desperate to burst up and get some sort of frag back. Spinx takes his swing. It's disturbed there with a trade, and dycha with it all to do. Low HP does find that first player in the 1v. Got to be careful with that lurker back towards stairs. He'll plant closed, open in the back lines, but still siphoned off in the main entryways to the site. What can dycha do here? Backed up behind white box smoke in. xseveN's not been seen. I think he might have caught a shoulder of dycha. He's looking onto that position now. Swing back, kill gets found. Turns away back towards the main entrance. Smoke, I think, missed out on the regular plant position. Aerial taps that bomb regardless. Kit's in play. Sprays through on dycha. He's stalling for time. I think he's got it. Yes, he has.
For the investment, you know that Disturbed is going to be only on an MP9, just trying to see if he can just press and get a little bit of an advantage out to the B stairs, but dycha, he's just on the other side.
Instantly in, Disturbed instantly out. sLowi traveling back through the scaffolding, will spray through towards the stairs area, keep up his angle, put the smoke down to buy himself some cover. Try and aggress further to the banger position, but him winning this fight is very unlikely. He does come up against Hades regardless though. Seeing Snappi as well, trying to find that flank position. At point blank, the M4 bursts through, but Snappi does get the headshot through the smoke. So 2 for 1 on the trade. And Spinx catches Aerial at the perfect timing. If he swung out a second later, he would have missed his window. So 2 standing for HAVU, and ENCE are starting to make this look easy now.
Jeez, that was an excellent peak, wasn't it? Just the crosshair placement, the timing like you mentioned, because you have a very slim window of being able to get that opportunity, and now for ZOREE, he's pretty much alone out on the B side. If he falls, this round is finished, and yeah, sloppy on the spray up against dycha. Really nothing that xseveN could do, and for ENCE, they're just everywhere on this default.
xseveN out towards that mid control, will try find something to return. Or girder. Secondary nade, tagging him to 10 points of health once again. The Molotov should force him out of the way. Disturbed up close though, sprayed up by Snappi. sLowi forced back into the back lines, putting a smoke down to buy himself some cover. A 4v4 has been gained. Only 2 players to this site defensive. The other 2 are on rotation, but sLowi's being flanked, and now he's being found. Man advantage tips to favor of ENCE as the bomb can be secured.
This has to be a save. I don't see a retake being possible at all. HAVU need to just be able to get back in here because they've got 1 kit, they've got no util, and they're tagged up.
Hades, or I thought he was going to be back here. Open M4 with the max loss bonus, with the investment coming into this round. If they go Funspark brackets, if this keeps going on, sLowi to 20 points of health. Molotov will burn him. Actually, dycha gets the kill in with the AK. Disturbed can turn the deagle back against him. Snappi's trying to hunt for the CT player aggressing. He's actually fallen back past the stairs area. So 1 good kill at least for the pistols, but Again, it's just the pistols out here. sLowi's already fallen, so we're at a 4 contact, but the Molotov's down towards Sandbags indicates an A play with the ramp control. deagle starting to lean up. xseveN does get away with a kill. Trade is good. The M4's also been hurt. He takes down Hades, and now Spinx.
You give it over to your teammate in the next round. Hope that you don't get hunted by any of the CTs towards the top of ramp. And for HAVU, like, even with the man advantage, they did
nicely done scenario for the CT side, given the fact they only had pistols for the most part in that round. The AWP and the M4, yes, they had their impact, but remember, the Sturb got the 1D that ultimately turned the man advantage. Hades, however, opens up this round by dealing with ZOREE, so the AWP for your battle goes the way of ENCE in a very contrasting start to this round by comparison to the last.
They really needed ZOREE to be able to win out that duel, keep the pressure up, and instead, now they're making a bit of a move out towards the B side. dycha's been able to spot out Disturbed, and that's going to start bringing players over, but you've got to wonder for the team side, do they just commit with this?
They may well do. I mean, that bomb's still downstairs, though. D is the only player really making his presence known in the side. He is going to get a kill on Disturbed, though. If he can double up, that will be completely open, but sLowi finds his response. And xseveN over towards ramp, sees doto's head, gets the dink off. Awkward sprays, though, cannot win the fight. doto's on 10 HP and still stays alive. Now A site is theirs. They have got aerial close to position here for HAVU, but the AWP are watching him for the overextension, which it looks like is what he's going to peek into. And the kill comes in for a 1v3 now for sLowi.
Oh, that's hard to watch, isn't it? Because that dink comes in so early to the fight. You think, just a stray bullet, one more.
Better hold on to the rifle, better hold on to something going forward for HAVU, because well, the lost bonus is not.
Heavy stack out to the A side. 3 CTs all together, putting more utility down, trying to slow the play. Snappi looking to take the duel straight away to Aerial, who does actually manage to find a couple of kills. Trade coming back, more is so in favor of the City side. Numbers still not in favor.
Plant in, at least get the bonus money, if nothing else. But for ENCE, a round that they should have won, and they might concede it. Still Disturbed with a swing out, a kill for the SMG, and the AK in a 1v3 can't win it out. HAVU
for a shoulder, honestly, anything. Spinx has actually got a pretty good timing out for mid now, just starting to round the corner. Hades even dealing with the first pick of xseveN, getting a little bit sloppy there for the CTs.
It's a fantastic kill, follow suit from Snappi as well, catches Disturbed next, so 5v3. And the bomb plant can be secured as the CTs just lose all sorts of control. Another kill came in now towards that A bomb site. doto waiting around for another good frag. ENCE just overwhelming HAVU at certain points, and that really is the difference makers here. At least Aerial is getting one good exit frag on Spinx out towards that elevator position, but the difference is really unnoticeable when ENCE can win these rounds because they just look so damn good in doing so.
And it comes down to the calling too. Like, we know that an in-game leader like a Snappi is very much rotation-based. You share the jokes and things like that. So in terms of team chemistry, dycha actually having another pole on this team, like he did with Snatchy out on Sprout, could actually be a big one moving forward. Spinx, that's a big one moving forward into round 14.
Straight headshot on ZOREE. Disturbed the next 7 getting tagged up. sLowi's going to get taken down by dycha next. And now it's all left to Disturbed on the back lines of the B side. He's not even looking to aggress to defend the B side directly. He's expecting there to be a mid flank. But the main T side force can just walk straight in, get this bomb down, and get this round together for ENCE. One mid lurker does get found by Aerial. Disturbed is traded by Snappi, however, so the 2-man advantage is maintained by ENCE. The bomb's just got across the site. They get another good kill, so Aerial's left alone.
Oh my goodness! Just so many sick crispy duels, aren't we? Like that. This is what it's coming down to for ENCE, is that, yeah,
pixels away from giving up the angle. He's been seen now. That little side poking out for doto, finds his back, shoots him down. 2 kills to his name. Spinx meanwhile striking towards the mid position. Doesn't expect sLowi to be there, so the SMG can find the trade. And now it's time for the P90 to strike. ZOREE's going to get flashed out of position here. sLowi still lurking in towards that B site, recognizing that there is a bit of T presence. The bomb's going to make its way up there, and D's drive-by connects again. ZOREE now left alone and being franked out by doto, actually. Still finds the kill regardless. We're now going to grab that AK and go for the clutch here. It's the last round of the half. He has no choice. He can't save. It's not possible to do so.
It's already like a player in sniper's test of dycha. Like, they've just got so aggressive out in this post plant, looking to take the duel in, but not to be.
And if ENCE win this, imagine that HAVU might be left for dead here. doto, USP straight into the mid control alongside Spinx on the crossfire to get those headshots involved. doto makes it a triple, and xseveN is very quickly left alone.
Well, okay then, let's just try and rush out mid. Oh wait, crossfire being set, we'll just keep going. doto even looking for a little bit more. Maybe that was a bit too hungry, wanted to find his 4K. Wasn't entirely necessary considering they've got the bomb in that mid control in favor of the CTs. dycha even getting the last shot off.
For the moment, sLowi's Mac 10 ready to receive on Hades, gets the kill in. Aerial looking up against the M4, transfer to spread to the second man, gets the triple in the end. A lot of these very fast mid aggressive players from the CT side. Seeing the feet of sLowi, getting that bomb to drop. Good kill from Hades to kick things off. Aerial forced back here, spray through on doto, doesn't quite get the kill against him. But down at 31 points of health, the CTs are on a major advantage, and Spinx still lurks at that mid control. Disturbed walks right into him and gives back a 5 versus 3 now to ENCE.
You just can't expect that. Like, ENCE goes somewhat aggressive. They take that first duel, they drop that bomb. You think, okay, 5 on 4, they're just going to fall back. They're going to play passive, play the numbers game. And instead, Spinx is still looking for a fight. Snappi even walks out towards ramp behind ZOREE, has no idea that that pressure has already come in. And xseveN and Aerial, they're so far on the back foot. They've picked up the bomb, but they've got to try and work a 2v5 now.
Snappi just jump facing out here towards ramp. Can you see xseveN? I think he might have just spotted him. He has now. Surely he must. No, he didn't. Okay. All right. Well, xseveN does get that 1 kill on towards ramp. Doto's outside alley, though, and xseveN's not checking it, so he falls right into his crosshair, I should say. Aerial 1v4. There with immediately by doto for his own 2k. AK defensive line here for the ENCE side. Very passive on the defaults here for HAVU. Mostly centered around the ramp control. One player is lurking out mid just in case, but they are walking slowly into side alley. They catch off doto to kick things off on the right foot. Rotations inbound. That mid lurk could become very valuable to them later on in the round as the bomb does go down. And Snappi burns the 29. He's forced back to Sniper's Nest.
Try and get that bomb plan in. Nades coming through onto the default position. They get missed, actually.
That allows no damage to come through on the CT side. Finally, sLowi does get into that position, but xseveN there with a response back on dycha. 4 versus 3, and slowly but surely Disturbed is creeping up here. Is he down with the mid lurk? I think he might just be the footsteps from Spinx. He's on rotation back for the retreat. He does get away with that 1 kill to keep the economy low for the ENCE side, and HAVU do steal away a 7th.
And that was a really good mid lurk coming through for Disturbed, and he might even be able to get a little bit more extra damage. Hades being able to get a couple of kills with the AK, just trying to hold on to the weapons, but straight away, it's an info play, right? Yeah, it might not get a massive amount of damage. Disturbed only gets 1 kill. Beastes and Snappi's going to be the anchor.
Leaning forward. Doto tagged up. It's Snappi to take that first kill out towards the B site instead. xseveN going down. Disturbed there with a response. dycha with an aid coming forward. Burst through, dinks back. 4 versus 4 scenario. Bomb plant will be secured. dycha taking more damage. He faces forward. Can't quite seem to catch up ZOREE. Finally, that spray comes through alongside doto. There to respond towards it. 4 versus 2 situation. Disturbed and Aerial backed up passive towards the stairs. Trying to lean forward, the M4 catches Aerial for damage. Disturbed gets that kill win against dycha. His 2nd kill in the round. Can he become the hero? He might have to be, but him and Aerial are cleaned up so quickly, so easily, and that will be a retake in for ENCE.
Money is great here for the HAVU side, but at the same time, they've got
just information being gained. No secondary kill for the moment.
1v1 duel out from mid. Spinx, can he deal with the angle? Disturbed doesn't even really do any damage towards him. Only 20 points of health. And now for ENCE, they might even get more aggressive.
That's what they'll do. Snappi straight in against Aerial. Follows through with a 2nd, almost transfers to the 3rd. But he's done his damage and he's done enough. ZOREE all alone. And ZOREE, mate, you're out of this one. 16-7, ENCE finally make it happen. A good comeback attempt from HAVU and some decent recovery rounds over the course of this map, but ultimately, they've done more damage to each other than they have towards the ENCE side and revealed their entire hand so early in this. Finally, doto does get taken down by Aerial, kicking things off for HAVU.
It was only going to be a matter of time until he finally fell. They knew exactly where he was. It does allow Hades to make a little bit of an info play, start pushing the upper tunnels. He can apply a bit of a backstab in, but for ENCE, they need to pick back themselves.
And there it is. dycha finds Aerial, turning back in the ESP alongside Spinx's face. They're both players tapping forward. Can't play their skills together. sLowi turns around that P250. xseveN also follows suit on Spinx. So back to the man advantage for HAVU, and they double it up to 2. A 4v2. Bomb plant secured. xseveN will get found on the return. And now Hades in the back lines has been seen by ZOREE. Drive by shooting. The USP's accuracy is thrown completely off towards that cross on the smoke. He can find Snappi, and they drop that kit on the T side. So it's all left to Hades to do it all. He's known there towards the long control. Can't quite seem to find ZOREE, can't quite seem to find anything. He's backing off to save the Kevlar.
There's already an exit attempt coming through for sLowi, so holding on to this Kevlar could be quite difficult for Hades, knowing that they have seen him. He's trying to back off, trying to see if he can hide, but it just isn't happening. To the wire, they've seen a couple of overtime losses, around 21, around 29 losses as well in a 16-13, so they always do keep it close and competitive. This time around, though, it seems that HAVU are just playing with a lot of momentum. Nade out towards the longhouse, does do some damage, allows a bit of a trade back. Snappi just instantly falling, though.
The AWP up on short. Trying to look in from elbow. Smoke does go down. Crosses lots. Molotov's in. What's D going to be able to do here? Up close against Personal. D, doubling up nicely against ZOREE as well. Can't find the triple, not yet at least. He is back behind the short boxes in a 2v2. His efforts have done some significant damage here for ENCE. The flashbangs in back at CT spawn. One player is involved. Dia sees his man, goes for the no-scope up close and Personal. sLowi can find the back of the head. So it's all left to Hades now to clutch the retake.
1 versus 2 coming in for the short position. Doesn't have any nades to work with. Needs to try to isolate these fights. And for HAVU, they could just hide. Struggled. They really have. We've even seen rounds where they've had opening man advantages, but just haven't been able to convert. This has got to be able to find a fair few. Allow that rotation to come in for Dia, and HAVU, they're just running.
Spinx gets the spray through the smoke, finds area, at least re-smokes back the back lines. Dia gets taken to 14 points of health, but disturbed, caught off by a flashbang of Dia, allows Spinx a double kill. Spinx back in for even more, might even get the triple, not quite. ZOREE there with his trade in the M4 sees 2 more T-side members. They've got the man advantage though. ENCE, if they fall back behind the back lines, they can go for the retake.
And just get that bomb plant in, try and waste as much time. Only 1 kit to work with and not a lot of util.
xseveN leaning forward, Dia bursts through, 14 points of health for him, smokes down xseveN. Trying to look up at the window. Hearing those footsteps, only doto here with the kit. Flashbangs in, sLowi's not going to get caught for it. Gets 1 and 2, nice and efficiently, swings back for the triple. And that is... man's dead already.
Oh, he might even get another. Hades peeking back into mid. ZOREE wielding the angle. Can he make it 2? No, actually goes the other way.
Okay, tight angles found from Hades this time, but a little bit hit and miss with his AWP, especially in this map. Only 2 kills for him. Snappi's AWP's back up here. Takes his shots on, can't land on the players coming out of the short control. Molotov towards elbow, they're going to go very quick into this one as the counter incendiary back. Smokes involved, sLowi does find doto and Hades followed suit upon. AWP so close behind the default boxes, can't get disturbed. sLowi sprays through, catches the man's angle. And how quickly and efficiently HAVU dealt with that A defensive. ENCE, where's the tactical pause here?
He's getting mollied, he's getting flashed, he's trying to get a bit of a crossfire with his teammate out from car, but between the two of them, they just can't get anything together. Spinx is even being hunted out from the lower tunnels, will get away with a little bit of an exit frag, but for ENCE, there has just been absolutely no success on Dust 2.
Surprised that
just confidence and just getting under the skin. Like just try to tilt your opposition the best you can. Keep just getting this momentum going. doto's at least does very well out for the pin position, but just gets a one-on-one and that's it.
Look at the AK face of xseveN right in the midst of the Molotov. The AWP could line up 2, Hades. Couldn't make it 3 though, and ZOREE and xseveN chime right back in. How do you land a collat and still not maintain the man advantage? Molotov's involved, AUG spray. ZOREE's gonna cross past towards the side on 22 points of health. xseveN is ready for Spinx, deals with him. It's all Snappi to clutch this. No kit in hand, he knows that he was there out towards CT, so the short player will start closing in from it. Didn't see him, ZOREE does though. Oh, that is... But do you walk into Hades AWP? Which one would you prefer if you're HAVU? 45 seconds. Go towards that A site, and indeed that fake is involved. Molotov's into the site itself. AWP takes his shot, gets it back to a 4 versus 4. But look at xseveN already down towards CT, turns away that one frag. Dia did not fire back though. He's being covered off from long though. xseveN has seen him. Spray doesn't quite get to the headshot. Meanwhile, sLowi gets the bomb plant in. And the CTs have got to rotate here with that short lurk in tow. And long control just
started that Disturbed doesn't play an HLTV official in like 19 months.
Molotov's inbound. Flash is coming over for ENCE. sLowi's going to make his way around again from CT. No one's got this CT angle cut off. Finally, Hades turns it around. Has he had enough at this stage? He's got sLowi for 1 good frag. CT player caught off on the lurk. xseveN gets that kill on doto. AUG back up at T-spawn. Does find a responsive frag. So it's Hades and Spinx. 2v3 down against them. Looking against ZOREE first and foremost. AWP to swing back here. Shots missed out. ZOREE can exit. And Spinx is all alone to clutch this whole thing. 1v3. Doesn't even get past the first hurdle. 5th. Waiting back here. 60 seconds. Commitment coming through. Flashes And all sorts going over. That nade, fantastic. Disturb doesn't get away with any more than this, but sLowi's going to draw their attention even further away. xseveN sees the heads, gets 1 and 2 and 3, making it a quadra. No! sLowi steals it away, but that's still 16-0. Absolute decimation from HAVU as ENCE just can't do of the playoffs. Of course, they have that lower bracket to fall back on, but ideally they want to be making their way forward into the upper semi-finals. And Disturbed will kick things off on the right foot, get in first blood against dycha. Doto will trade back with the incendiary. ZOREE with the USP in the backlines. Perfect headshots land on Spinx, but not towards Hades. The same can't be said. 3 versus 3. The bomb can go down, but it's being suppressed here towards the upper heaven position, and Hades will land on the xseveN, get that kill together. Aerial still up there, though, going to try and suppress. sLowi starts slowly pushing in. So Aerial is seen. They wrap that corner, find Snappi to a 2 versus 2, and they're still going quickly into this retake here. They've got no kits in. ENCE forced back. They still find sLowi, and it's all on Aerial now to clutch it.
A 1v2 dropping down. Hades with a 4K overall.
And HAVU hopefully doing some damage, but can't expect too much out of this one. The Mac tends to just force straight far forward. Look at Doto straight in against the Cerq. Jumps around that corner, gets that kill. Involves ZOREE will follow suit with 2 of his own. Actually holding their own here for HAVU. dycha does find the trade, so the Mac 10's not quite as impactful as I'd like it to be, and the damage follows suit for sLowi as well to follow up with that kill. 3-on-2 situation. Spinx gets found back, and actually HAVU.
I don't really see that coming in when you think that the force buy didn't work, but the eco actually comes out quite successful, and it's ZOREE really the one that did the majority of the...
He's taken a lot of damage just to get down here towards Secret. The CTs are aware of this. That player out towards Gary is going to hear the footsteps, but the flashbangs into the bump site itself. sLowi gets his kill. No one checks the upper rafters and disturbs. Another multi-frag round for him. The AK's taken out. Only Tech-9s for dycha and Snappi as dycha falls. Oh, ZOREE. No, go for the knife. He's going for the knife.
Yes.
Oh, he's got him. No, he's got him with a reload. Actually, I should say, coming in from these 2 respective sides, first big investment round. M4 looking to force straight forward against Aerial's car. Sees dycha, finds that first kill. Can't escape the ire. Snappi, though, gets his revenge and gets forward towards the vent dive. Aggression coming in from ZOREE instead. That AWP around the corner. Spinx got his AK on lock. Yes, he has. Oh, just about wins that fight. Now gets the advantage back for ENCE. Only Disturbed in the back lines here. They know his position. Can they overwhelm him with a numbers game, or will they line up again? They're going to be stalled here. ENCE are not acting.
Yeah, but just putting in the slight util out, but they're not committing with it at all. Instead, they want to dive out to ramp.
xseveN's going to fall away. They have baited them over to the rotation, so they've cleared out that ramp entrance. Now they see the man. He gets his dink off on Spinx. Doesn't get the kill on him, though. 5 HP. sLowi and Disturbed on rotations here via vents. And towards the observation window, Hades gets that shot in. Disturbed right in the midst of the smoke. Does get baited out. Hades does secure that secondary kill. But it could have been anybody else there from the T side line. Third to the board of the...
Going down, they're trying to get into Secret.
Molotovs in. Aerial takes a bit of damage up in on Hades, landing on ZOREE. Molotovs will burn him a little bit. Aerial's ready for the contact against dycha. The jump around the corner, gets his shot in, and ENCE maintain the 5v3. xseveN ready against Snappi will be able to deal with him at the very least. I think observation window's still closed. You just got to focus on the double doors. We'll look back up there just in case Disturbed gets the kill upstairs. They've seen Doto. They're dropping against him. They can't get a kill towards it. The USP so desperate now. Doto does end up falling. xseveN's on 1 HP. The nades come forward. Hades does dish out the damage. And a 2v2 retake. There's 100 HP for both players of HAVU. The same can't be said for ENCE. This nade won't be able to get Hades. It will tag him extremely low. The AWP baited. The shot still landed. sLowi, all that remains.
Oh, they're so damn low, but you can even just see the way out for Decon. It just doesn't find success. sLowi now out for doubles. Has got to find absolutely everything. Try and isolate these 1v1s. And for dycha and Hades, no one is peeking. They're just holding the angle. Finally, they peek up together and get the...
Still got plenty to contest against here for HAVU.
Now, trying to go quite quickly with the smokes outside. dycha just trying to play anti-flash straight in towards ramp, though. Hades not even being blinded. AWP connects, and even info's been seen outside.
AK spray soon. Molotovs in. Backed up here is the AUG as ZOREE watches into those back lines. Snappi with the rotations. Oh, sLowi peeks up at the right moment, finds dycha. Catch.
Just clearing out lobby, thinking the CTs might have taken it. Nice little trade back. A really important kill to come through for Secret, just to spam through that smoke. Players
here to deal with. sLowi's got actually all 4 for him to find. Burst through, sees that first man, looks left and right, needs to call for that backup because they are on their way en masse and they overwhelm immediately. Doto with a headshot, 4v2. And I think HAVU want to save.
And is this where ENCE really start coming into their own, especially on T side out of all? And we know that for HAVU, they have got...
Like the team that played off Vertigo, I want to say. Outside control coming in for ENCE downstairs into the B site. I think they've got a player that's there to contest against it. Two, in fact, at the CT side. Hades still finds the angle on ZOREE, though. Picks up that first kill. xseveN there with a responsive trade. Flashes the Molotovs in, looks for the second man. Barely gets the to 16 HP and doesn't end up with a frag. Spinx now focusing downstairs on the corridor position alongside doto. Spray through and sLowi and Aerial. Catch those frags, and Disturbed remains standing as the last man left. 1v4, gets one, no more.
Decent attempt coming down into the vents, but yeah, just not to be. 8 on the board, ropz against it.
Flashes in, T-side players making their way out. They'll catch off sLowi. Not quite doubling up against Disturbed's part. Doto can find a response regardless. So 4v3, ENCE have taken the bomb site.
This got to be a save again, right? Like with no kits in play. Gee, sorry, even just getting straight spammed.
All sorts.
Like bomb plant potential. You know, like when you're on T side and you're on the back foot, you can still get some pretty decent.
And HAVU forced invest with the XM. Hades already catching Aerial, straight killing against him. Straight shot. Immediately dealing with the first man out of the outside. He's ready for the second as well. sLowi now joining Aerial in the dead man's graveyard. And ENCE 5 on 3. HAVU now being crept in from the back lines here up towards heaven control. Snappi's found such a great angle. Spray on the SMG. Disturbed quarter 17. Dead to the hands of Hades. ZOREE does find one good response and a second kill. Needs to get a whole lot more though. Actually makes it a triple. Hold on. Doto giving up the angle. Molotovs him away for the moment.
xseveN gets into the mix though. 1 versus 2. This is going to be a difficult clutch situation. ZOREE just looking to see if he can find any more out of this xseveN. Can he find the 4K? No, xseveN.
Tagged up. Doto is flashed out. Dia does see at least one player crossing. I don't think he caught the first man though.
Oh, crash shot coming out for Doto, and the T's just keep giving him jewels. They keep trying to take these fights. They do dive down towards lower. Spinx just gets an easy jewel onto xseveN now.
I made their way back downstairs towards the secret control. Aerial's going to continue facing. USP taps forward to Dia, seeing what's going on here. He's going to call in the information that they are crossed. Spinx can catch the bomb carrier, catches the headshot. Aerial there with a responsive frag. So now 4 versus 2 favors ENCE. Already a player on site. Aerial trying to turn that USP against his man. Takes a little bit of damage for it. The flank inbound from Disturbed. Got to turn away from it, and Snappi gets the kill in on the man, leaving it all to Aerial. 1 on 4 clutch scenario. If he had that back, it would have been possible, but now got to win every single individual fight for a full-blown ace clutch.
Well, this could be on for a little bit. But you're right about the ace clutch. 2 kills already. Needs to try and isolate some more. Doesn't see the player out to ramp, and even just getting tagged up now. But he does deal with Dia.
Looking for his man up in the rafters. Hearing those footsteps. 10 seconds back to the observation window. Wraps around him. Can't get a headshot. Second teammate's also rotating. Snappi baits him. Incendiary's down and try and suppress AUG. Looks around, trying to get that reload involved with the rifle wing. So Snappi with 2 SMG kills out towards ramp room. Meanwhile, gets a double involved. Hades follows suit on ZOREE. Disturbed. Well, last man standing in a 1 versus 4. Dealt with to none before. But no one leans towards the outside ground floor. It's upper in heaven for Disturbed.
All just comes down to timing. Like, who's keeping eyes on this position? Because at the moment, Doto spots out xseveN, but they don't know about the heaven player.
Kill found, that's a start. Doto burning to 52, Disturbed. Get down into the side, can't catch any more CT presence. He walks right into the SMG, and the only spot he didn't check. Meanwhile, Doto at point blank catches sLowi, who did find Spinx initially, but trade back to the 4v2. Hades watching on site, does get found by Aerial, so that's one good trade, and the bomb site that can be secured for a plant.
And they need more fights, though. They've got to cut off the rotation out from Secret, and maybe from vents.
Dia wins that fight on Aerial, though. The AK overwhelmed by the SMG firing speed. 2 players tagged heavily. ZOREE could line them all up here. He gets that one frag. Snappi's immediate with his response, and the defuse we found by Doto at the end of it. 14-5. And ENCE, well, we had our doubts coming into this third match, and an even more dominating scoreline than they had over on Vertigo. So I look at this and I wonder, how much was HAVU resting on that map pick? How much was it all about them? Hades does burn initially, so the Molotov's involved, but D is hearing all these footsteps, knows that they're making their way down towards Secret. Can he get the kills together against them? He will find Disturbed, at least that's a start.
That's a bit of a way in, but even the avenue, like, is it just going to get caught off? Snappi's already towards lower. Do they check the angle? The bomb gets dropped. He follows up with 2.
Massive, massive sequence from him. And now a 3v2 as the bomb does go down. ENCE Man advantage for the retake. HAVU have the site though. Can it equate to a round, a survival round for them? Or ZOREE finds Spinx. Back to evens we go. sLowi rotating back. He gets caught by doto, so it's all left to ZOREE here. 22 HP. Smokes down towards observation window, making his way forward against dycha. Wins that fight, tries to transfer back to doto, but cannot win it overall. So it will be a 16-5 scoreline, a 2-1 series. That does go the way of ENCE. And well, they might have looked a little bit awkward on Dust too, but that second map, that third map I should say, that was all theirs, Dweg.
Yeah, it really was. That was a good showing coming through from the end side. And Dust 2 is one of those where I think it's a day and a map that you just kind of forget about, don't you? You